16 here on the PS4. Today, ladies and gentlemen, will be the 75th game of the NBA season as the San Antonio Spurs face the New Orleans Pelicans. As the playoffs come closer, just a handful of games left in the regular season. We got the Pelicans today, and we got the Toronto Raptors in a couple of days from now, schedule-wise. That will be the last Eastern Conference team to play. Will be the Toronto Raptors. The next game after today, we got Utah, 2 Golden State games, OKC, Dallas, and Denver left on the schedule. But today we are home to face the New Orleans Pelicans. Can we get the win today? Both teams are very solidly in the playoff picture. Spurs are on their push to win 60 games of the NBA season. Just a handful of games left. So let's head out to the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas. Sorry for the delay, you guys. So here we go. Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard lead their teams to San Antonio.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. The regular season on its last legs. We can almost taste the playoffs from here. Kenny, how do they taste?
Wait, hold on. Ooh, it tastes like chicken.
Barbecue chicken?
Oh, yeah. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the San Antonio Spurs at AT&T Center. For San Antonio, they won their last matchup, that game against Memphis. They're currently holding on to the best record in the league. Not the conference, the league. They've been head and shoulders above the competition this season. Almost the end of the regular season, several teams looking very good for the playoffs. Kenny, what's more valuable, having well-rested players or getting home court advantage?
Easy. If you're banged up, rest. If you're healthy, home court advantage. Easy, easy, Ernie. But the rhythm and momentum are just as important entering the postseason.
You know what, Ernie? Back in the day, everyone tried to play a full 82. Even if you had a sprained finger or head cold, you're like, forget that, I'm playing. But my advice, if you have a shot at home court, you go for it.
You would play with a head cold?
Oh, my gosh.
I never got a head cold.
You're a warrior.
I always played with a head because I was cold.
Nice. Kevin Harlan ailing with a hangnail, but he's still here to make the call.
Go for the 75th game of the NBA season as the San Antonio Spurs take on the New Orleans Pelicans. Antonio Davis, the best scorer on the team. Spencer Hawes is back. Kawhi Leonard, basically the runaway MVP of the regular season. Let's get the game underway. We're in San Antonio.
This is Kevin Harlan.
The Pelicans get the first win the tip ball.
Here we go. Game in this matchup against the San Antonio Spurs. That loss brought them down 2-1 in this series matchup.
Kawhi Leonard with the Holiday for 3, and he got it. Oh no, that was the wrong 2.
They were the better team.
Oh, excuse me.
They just could not
All right, here we go.
make the plays down the stretch.
Guys, you know, there are times when you would rather lose by double digits than to let a win get away from you when you thought you had. And that sometimes is harder to deal with.
Now a chance.
3-second violation.
Ready to go.
Man, I was trying to get out of the paint.
Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Holiday and Evans comprise the backcourt. Anderson is out there with Davis, and it's Hawes in at the 5. Here is Hawes. One up, one down.
Terrible defense to start the ball game.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
And guys, Spencer Hawes signed a 4-year, $23 million contract with the Clippers prior to last season. Not sure the Clippers felt like they got their money's worth. They did improve a little bit in the playoffs.
Danny Green just
Still
unable to hit shot
I
there.
have to agree with you, Kevin. I mean, he had some moments, but on the season shot a career low from the foul line as well as in several other areas.
Here is Hawes. His last outing, he had 8 points. Goes up the baseline.
Oh, Boban
And
with the
that's
big
out of
block
bounds.
on
New Orleans
Anthony
will take
Davis.
possession.
That was a big block.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. No good. Great D that time from Leonard. To the middle. It's stolen by Davis.
Turnover Spurs, and the Spurs unable to get going.
Green against Holiday. Evans outside. Back to Holiday. Davis kicks to Evans. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Holiday. And the rejection by Leonard.
Shot clock
It's gonna be a
violation.
24-second
Defense
shot
by the
clock
Spurs.
violation. They turn it over.
Then a quiet
Holiday's
quarter for the
gone 1 of 3
Spurs.
shooting so far. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Oh, turnover.
I
do it in the middle of a group of people.
And how tough it will be for them to slow him down. Saying
Aldridge with the rebound.
Because he can score facing up or with his back to the basket. And with his length, it's tough to bother his shot. We'll look to deny
Oh,
him the
Tony
ball
Parker
when he
can't
can
get the shot
and
to
just try
fall.
make it as hard as
And the
possible
Spurs struggling
every
from the
touch.
field to start this
Kevin,
ball
we'll see
game.
how successful they are.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Now here is Holiday, following the miss by Tony Parker.
Aldridge
And again, New Orleans
can't get
has
the
no
shot
one.
blocked there.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every
And
time.
the Spurs are
And you
over.
can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here is Hawes. Back to Holiday. Anderson dishes to Holiday. Shoots from 12. Here's Hawes. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And the Spurs
Hawes
have
got
not
his second
scored a
bucket of the game to
point
go.
this quarter.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Aldridge kicks to Leonard.
Oh, another
It's
turnover.
stolen by
Oh my
Davis.
goodness, guys. I'm turning the ball over too early.
Evans at the elbow. Outside, Davis. Anderson right side. Davis drives in. Davis can't
Missed
get that one to
opportunity
fall.
for the-
Spurs trailed by 6. Green passes to Aldridge. Looking to end the drought. Good. He hits the
Nice
jump
shot. Timeout, New Orleans. Aldridge with the long 2 to finally put some points on the board for the Spurs.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And
A
definitely
low
feel-good
scoring
kind of
start
win,
to this
but
game
I'm
for
sure
both
their coach might
teams.
say they cut it a little bit too close.
A W is a W. Perhaps they'll get some critiques.
Patty Mills picks
but,
up the foul.
It's hard to argue with the win.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Omer Asher, he's checked in for Hawes. Cunningham comes in for Ryan Anderson. Gordon's checked in for Tyreek Evans. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Drew Holiday.
Really unfortunate for Eric Gordon that an assortment of injuries have really derailed his career.
Ginobili currently out with the back injury that he sustained.
Once a 22 points a game score, was down to 13 a game last season.
Now here's Anderson. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. Releases from the wing.
Big 2 by Patty Mills.
Mills has got his first basket.
The same spot as Aldridge had just a moment ago. Less than a minute to play in the first quarter.
Douglas with it. Tipped away.
Oh, Kawhi Leonard almost got the steal.
Outside Gordon. To the inside. Leonard kicks to Anderson. And it's Eric Gordon with the
And
foul.
Eric Gordon picks up the
That
foul
is his
there.
first foul of the game.
And Kyle Anderson, oh, he won't go to the free throw line.
Didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was
I got
one
the shot up
step
in the
late
air,
that time,
ref.
Greg.
Spurs making a switch here. Diaw's checked in. It's Anderson with the drive. The 3 from Mills. Score the
Patty
basket.
Mills with the
Second of
3.
2 attempts.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Goes up and finishes.
Oh, nice dunk by Kyle Anderson. He's gonna come off the bench for Ginobili, who sustained that injury in the last game.
Now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
Low scoring first quarter by both teams.
Here is Douglas. This is the Davis. 8 seconds left, and he says right back at you with
Aldridge, Anthony Davis.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Oh my goodness, a terrible pass.
He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Here's Cunningham, and that's the
nice block by David West, and that will end the first quarter here in San Antonio, ladies and gentlemen. A low scoring first quarter, a 10-9 lead by the Pelicans here in San Antonio. Spurs and the Pelicans in a very low scoring first quarter by both teams.
We welcome you back to our special Noche Latino.
Alright guys, so let's start the second quarter.
About ready to get underway. Guys, what's your
After a terrible start we had there.
It's all about
See we
their
can do
defense.
something.
They have just done a terrific job of negating the
Tony Parker unable to hit an easy layup.
Challenged well.
Down low, it's the veterans Diaw and Duncan. Tony Parker is out there with Mills, and it's Anderson in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Now here's Duncan. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Pulls up, and it's Parker.
Parker can't get it. Tony Parker off rhythm.
But unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk.
Nice defense by Boris Diaw.
Talk for himself after that miss.
Now here's Parker after Eric Gordon.
Tim Duncan with the layup.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
New Orleans in the lead. Pass to Anderson. Right side Gordon. And he gets it to go. Gordon's got 6.
Timeout San Antonio.
Right there. Since when does he
just terrible on the defensive end. Right now, you guys.
Eric Gordon was an unbelievable three-point shooter last season. 45% from behind the arc. The first time he's been over 40% in his career.
And the Spurs with some changes. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Duncan. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Anderson. And it's Green in for Tony Parker. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Hawes is checked in. Now, here's Diaw. And that one's good.
Patty Mills hits a 3. And he's got 8 points.
About Eric Gordon. He's always had
good start by Patty Mills here.
The great shot selection.
You know, and that's a great point because, you know, we see now that he's starting to mature.
Easy layup again there.
Every possession. And that's good news for the rest of that team.
Here's Aldridge after Eric Gordon's bucket. Mills dishes to Diaw. The drive by Green. And here's Mills for 3, and the call will be against
Aldridge over the back.
That is his
Got
first foul of the game.
Kendrick Perkins up in the air.
About that one with the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
New Orleans making a switch here. Evans is checked in, and the foul called on Daniel Green. That is his first foul of the game.
All right, gotta settle down.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And Aldridge comes over to help. Hawes inside, guarded by Green. That shot's good from Hawes.
Spencer Hawes had it deep in the post. Couldn't do nothing there.
Obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to
And
adapt.
Hawes with the
I mean,
steal.
that's 10 straight points now inside.
Anderson passes to Evans. It's blocked.
Big block there.
And the Spurs pushing it up now. Here's Green. That's good.
Jalen Green with a nice layup.
Green's got his first points of the night.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Now here's Perkins. It's rebounded
Perkins
by
can't get the shot to
And
fall.
you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand
Oh, I
in the
had a
face there.
wide open
Made that
layup.
much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents
Kawhi
when they get inside.
can't
You
hit the
also want to make
three.
them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Now Holiday. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. For the
Holiday
three.
for three.
They get the rebound. Anderson. Banked in off the glass. Anderson's got his
Just terrible
first points in
defense
this
by
one.
San Antonio.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Kawhi Leonard with the
His
layup.
ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Timeout, New Orleans. San Antonio is staying alive in this ball game early on.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. For a long time in San Antonio, it's been about the big three, and rightfully so with all their wins, and Kawhi Leonard seems to be their future.
And Kawhi and the big three recognize that and are trying to ease the transition period. And if you know the Spurs, they'll make a smooth transition once they catch it.
Absolutely. New Orleans making a switch here. Omer Ashe. He's checked in for Perkins. Anthony Davis comes in for Spencer Hawes.
Oh,
Cunningham is
Duncan
checked in
got
for Ryan
blocked.
Anderson. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Drew Holiday. Now here's Douglas looking for his first basket still in this one. And the rejection by Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard with the block.
Feeds it to Mills. Passes to Duncan. Misses off the left iron.
And guys, for Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs, Coach Popovich already sees him.
Wow,
as
come
the
on, guys.
next guy. He told Leonard not to think of the big three, but to think of himself as the big one.
Here's Mills after Tyreek Evans has scored. Goes up on the wing. Mills can't hit.
Terrible shot by Patty
Pelicans
Mills.
leading by 4. Cunningham kicks to Douglas. New Orleans moving it around. And it's Davis.
Anthony Davis can't get the
You
shot to
almost have
fall.
assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Douglas
Oh
with the
my
steal.
goodness.
So he
And
gets
a
the
foul
whistle.
by Patty
Contact on
Mills.
the way up and 2 shots coming up. Pelicans shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And that one falls for Evans. And both free throws good for Evans.
Spurs
And
getting
at the
trail
line,
at
it's all
halftime
about
here.
consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
It's Parker outside. He got it up that
Tony
time.
Parker
Wouldn't
can't
fall
hit it.
for him.
Only
And that does
18
it for
points in the first half for the Spurs, ladies and gentlemen. A struggling first
A
half.
chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
All right, Kevin, here with Tony Parker. And Tony, you guys have struggled offensively so far in this game. Why do you think it's been so tough to get into a groove here?
I don't know. You got a hard time to make a basket. Playing a very good team. They play with a lot of energy. So hopefully in the second half we can shoot it a little bit better.
Tony, thank you. Kevin, nothing like seeing 2 Titans get after it.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. The biggest lead for them during the period was 6. The second quarter was when things really came together for them, and the result is they were able to build a solid 6-point lead at the half. Kenny, your thoughts? How the Pelicans are playing?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive boards. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up a second attempt. The offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, how about that contribution they got from the bench? Nice. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. I wouldn't be surprised to see him dig a little deeper into that bench. Some games you just got to go with the lineups that are working and just improvise, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for now, as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Alright guys, so here we go. The start of the third quarter. Terrible performance in the first half by the Spurs. You seem great.
Really having a great game.
And he just went off in those first two quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis.
Terrible shot by Danny Green.
See some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
So the Pelican 5 right now. Holiday and Evans comprise the backcourt.
8-point lead by the Pelicans.
Out there with Anderson. And it's Hawes.
Just struggling, you guys, in this ball game.
Look at what Anthony Davis has accomplished so far in his career. The historic
Kawhi Leonard with the dunk. Gotta get something going. We kind of struggled turning the ball over, and just a lot of mistakes mentally.
He's been compared to a young KG and Duncan quite often, but in his first few seasons, his numbers look the most similar to.
There they go, making an easy layup. Can't win the game like that, guys.
Spurs trail by 8. Parker drives in. Green kicks to Aldridge.
Aldridge put the foul on Anthony Davis there.
That one on Davis. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last.
Got to get a little bit more consistent in this quarter.
His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination. Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Stolen by Evans.
Yeah, see, mistakes like that. I was going to be forced to be taking a tough shot.
There's the dish to Hawes. From 10 feet out, it's good. The assist that time from
And timeout by Popovich.
Hawes got the lead up to 8 now for New Orleans.
I'm just playing terrible.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
David West, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And a change for the Pelicans. Tony Douglas is
David West with a nice jumper there.
Holiday, he's averaging around 5.5 points a game.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound.
Now here's Davis. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Clock at 2.
Mr. Hawes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 11 points for Spencer Hawes. Hits the deep 3.
Because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Green against Douglas.
Oh, Kawhi Leonard. Backdoor dunk there.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, it did a nice job with it.
And guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic?
And Davis
Anthony Davis with the monster jam.
Nice drop there from
We have
Holiday.
no answer for Anthony Davis right now.
Spurs trail by 9. Kicks it to Green. Here's Marjanovic, guarded by Hawes. Spurs passing it around. Outside Leonard. West setting the pick for Leonard. West dishes to Green. The shot's good.
Big 3 by Danny Green there.
Green's got his second bucket tonight.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter.
Timeout New
That
Orleans.
shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Tim Duncan is checked in for San Antonio. Anderson comes in for Leonard. The Pelicans also changing it up. Omer Ashe, he's checked in for Hawes. Cunningham comes in for Anderson. And Gordon subbed in for Drew Holiday. Now here's Douglas. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Cunningham kicks to Ashik. The feed now to Gordon. Beyond the arc. They grab their own miss. Cunningham passes to Davis. Misses in close.
All right.
Nothing
Let's
seems to be
slow
going
this.
down for him today.
Green kicks to Parker. Duncan up on top. Anderson dishes to Duncan. Parker with no one
Parker,
around.
nice
Again,
open
the
jump
Spurs
shot.
good for two.
Finding a little rhythm here in the third quarter.
And the chemistry between those teammates.
54 seconds left to play in the third. Douglas down low.
Oh, terrible defense.
Ashik with the bucket.
I
Ashik's
gave
got
that
his first
shot
2
up
points of the
easily.
night.
And defensively, they've gotten a little careless, not playing with the same focus we saw in the first.
Duncan outside. He feeds it to Parker. And Anderson kicks it to West, expanding his range. Shot misses.
Oh, I thought it was
And
Tony
New
Parker on the
Orleans will go
outside.
the other way with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And the
Reaching
call
foul
to
by
be
Tony
against
Parker.
That is his first foul of the game. And the Spurs with some changes. Aldridge comes in for West. And Boris Diaw is subbed for Green. Tyreek Evans is checked in for New Orleans. Now here's Evans. He's got 8. The basket
Oh,
counts
man,
and
come
1.
on.
Go to the line with a chance to make
Aldridge
it a
with the
3-point
foul.
run.
Looks to me like they hit the refresh button here in the second half after shooting less than 40% from the field before the break.
Oh, terrible
Defense
pass.
allowed them to stay in it, and now with the offense looking rejuvenated,
And they lead by
got to
10.
be feeling confident.
Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over.
And that is the end of the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. A 10-point lead by the Pelicans over the Spurs.
Double-digit deficit. We'll make it
1
tough to
quarter
come back.
remaining for the
Pelicans lead by
75th game
10.
of the season to
And
be in the
time
books.
Step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Oh, well for it.
All right, fourth quarter.
Now here is Holiday under the 3 and Diaw the 4. Anderson is out there with Tony Parker. And it's Aldridge in at the center, locking down the middle. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Holiday with it. Leonard picks him up. Holiday attacking. Shot clock at 6.
Oh,
Shots
bad
good from
defense.
Hawes.
Come on now,
And the
guys.
interior D is really
This
starting
has
to
been
be
our worst game
exposed.
of the
How many
season
layups have they
to
got
date.
today?
And there's the pass to Diaw. That drops.
Diaw with
And it
the
comes off an
3.
assist from Parker. Parker's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pelicans leading by 9. And here's Evans. And the
Kawhi Leonard with the block.
And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Davis against Aldridge. Davis kicks to Hawes. Deep 2 from Anderson. It's rebounded
Aldridge
by
with the rebound.
Aldridge has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Back to Green. He dishes it to Parker. The drive by Aldridge. Leonard the pass to Green. Clock at 6. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Aldridge misses.
Oh, just
Well, the defense recognized
I
how
can't get in my
dangerous he is
placement.
out there and got right up on him. Didn't give him any space.
Deep 2 from Anderson.
No!
And again, New Orleans has no.
No! Come on,
I
guys.
guess even
Get
he
the
has to
rebound.
miss one of those once in a while.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to turn.
And Anthony Davis, growing up in the rough south side of Chicago, because of the violence, his father didn't let him.
Kawhi Leonard with the dunk.
Instead, he built a basketball court in the backyard.
We're still down by
This young man
9.
has come a long way.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He told his players, turnovers are killing us right now. We can't keep trying to make the home run play. Settle down, run the offense, and make
Can't
the
do nothing
simple
with
pass.
Anthony Davis.
Kevin,
He
sounds
continues to
easy
hit
enough.
those shots, guys.
And Davis stayed around the game in grade school. He'd keep the clock, sell the tickets, even someone said sell nachos.
Humble beginnings, partner. Humble beginnings. Didn't even dream of NBA stars.
Turnover.
Said he wanted to be a high school coach. Obviously, things have changed now.
Pass to Holiday. He kicks it to Hawes. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist.
This game is over.
Holiday's got 5 assists in the game.
We've just been dominated this entire game. Just turnover after turnover after turnover.
The activity level defensively.
Denny Green
I've
can't
really
get the
been
rolling.
impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
It's not a bad game, you guys.
There are a ton of siblings currently playing in the league. Some on the same team,
Just a lot of missed
some on opposing
opportunities.
sides, but there must be over a half a dozen sets of siblings.
They're going to call a timeout to slow the pace of the game down.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be
low scoring first quarter.
with Gatorade.
Really low
All the
scoring
effort
first
out there on the
half.
floor, and these
I mean, we
timeouts
picked it
can
up
be
here in the
such
second
a
half,
huge
but it's
factor
going to
in
be
getting
way
a short
too little
rest
too
and
late.
recharging the battery. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover.
Still there. There's Parker with the layup.
Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass.
Good
leading
defense
him
by
right into the
Boban
shot.
there.
Didn't even have to break stride.
As you said, Greg, there are a ton of sibling pairs in the NBA. Even more, Clark, if you include the D-League.
Well, you start with the Plumlees, the Gasols, the Teagues, Zellers. For twins, you have the Lopez.
Oh,
twins,
come
Morris
on.
twins,
Oh, man.
Zellers, Gasols, Teagues,
That just frustrates
Steph,
me.
And Seth Curry. Count 2 with the D-League.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Evans. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game.
Just
It's his
terrible.
fifth basket.
Just no resistance on the inside.
Look at that,
That's
38 to
their
16
fifth
points in the
consecutive
paint.
make.
That is
Hey,
incredible.
Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Baseline jumper. And Davis sends it back.
And Anthony
that's
Davis
a
with the
foul.
block
San
on
Antonio will retain
Aldridge.
possession. On defense, New Orleans, and that one's good.
Parker with the long two.
Passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Pause inside. It's deflected. Dishes it to Anderson. 4 on the clock. Here's Evans. Offensive rebound. Here's Davis.
Good traveling, thank you.
Gets the whistle on the travel.
Yeah, first turnover of the game. Overall, though, he's been rock solid.
Spurs trail by 9. That's a 2 from Parker. 3-pointer. Parker with another miss.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Holiday with it. Soft
Terrible
touch off the
defense.
glass.
We deserve to
And the
lose this
Pelicans
ball
lead
game.
by 11.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort.
Terrible
block
shooting
ball was
performance,
outstanding,
terrible
and they just
defense.
took care of business.
Lack of discipline on
dishes
either
to
side of
Howard.
the court. We deserve to lose this ball game.
16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside,
It
Green.
has been a bad game, ladies and gentlemen.
No good. And
That is it.
defense there. Bobby
I'm going to
that
lose
shot.
by 11 points.
So we see New Orleans taking a W here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Anthony, certainly a great win here tonight. What was the key to what this team is doing right now when you guys are playing like this?
Yeah, we just got to play aggressive. And we just did that in the second half. It started in the first quarter when we came out. Our offense was clicking, but most important, our defense was clicking. And then when you do that, it's hard to beat us.
Stay aggressive, Anthony. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the post-game show.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Anthony Davis.
One thing you know about Davis, that he's always going to play with an insane amount of energy. It's always full speed ahead with him. We saw that tonight. Offensively, he plays as well as anyone.
I can't say enough about the contribution he made defensively. Specifically, his on-ball defense was outstanding. He blew up a lot of plays by getting his hand in there and coming away with a steal. And that aggressive D of his helped guide them to this win.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.
Alright guys, that was just a terrible performance. Just shoot the ball terrible. I had nobody in double figures. Kawhi Leonard with 8 points. Patty Mills 8 points. That was all in the first half for him. Danny Green 7. Parker 6. Aldridge with 4. Spencer Hall with 15 for them. Tyreek Evans 12. And Anthony Davis the double-double. Yeah, we just got beat down in this ball game. We shot 44%, 33% from 3. They didn't really shoot. They shot a little bit better than us, but turnovers were the difference maker. They had 8 steals. We had 8 blocks. We had 10 turnovers. I'm sorry, excuse me. And we just cost a lot. Cost ourselves in this game. I mean, we led at one point, but we ended up losing this ball game just on failed execution since the end of the second quarter. How did we do? Yeah, they outscored us. Third quarter, first half they outscored us. Basically, the second half, both quarters they outscored us. Basically, they outscored us every single quarter in this ball game, and it didn't really work out to our favor. Well, that's a terrible loss. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to the 75th game of the season as the New Orleans Pelicans beat the San Antonio Spurs. What was the final score? 53-42, the final. Stay tuned in the near future for the 76th game of the NBA season as the Spurs face the Toronto Raptors with the NBA playoffs soon approaching. Subscribe, you guys, to me, Houghton Evolution on YouTube. Follow me on twitch.tv/HoughtonEvolution as well. If you guys want to play me some NBA 2K16 here on the PS4, send me a game invite, send me a message, send me a friend request. However, guys, you can reach me, leave your comments below. And I'll try to get with you guys as fast as I possibly can. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you for the 76th game of the season as we look to rebound after this game's loss and get ready for the NBA playoffs. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Houghton Evolution, and you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.